Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Leatherneck Insider. I'm Caleb Mays.
And I'm Jonathan Kirchner. It's now time to introduce this week's Athlete of the Week, who was a force at the net this week. LI reporter Levi Meyerhofer with more.
What's up, Leatherneck fans? I'm Levi Meyerhofer here with this week's Athlete of the Week, Elizabeth Ziegler. Elizabeth, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am fantastic. You were voted for Athlete of the Week on our Twitter X polls by the fans. And what part of your volleyball game are you most proud of? You're pretty proficient on both offense and defense, so what do you take the most pride in?
I think being very aggressive every time I go up to swing is something that I take a lot of pride for. I know me and our setter, Maggie, I'm very grateful for the sets that she gives me. We work on them a lot, like connections a lot in practice, so she gives me great sets where I'm able to go up every swing and just swing to score. So I think that's why I'm like hitting as well as I am right now, because every time I get the ball, I'm trying to score.
Yeah, and it's showing on the court that you're making those efforts, and it's paying off for you too. At what point did you know that college volleyball was going to be potentially or specifically in your future?
I think about my senior year, I had a discussion with my parents, I had a discussion with my club coaches, and they both told me that maybe something I would be able to do. My dad was in college sports, my brother's now in college sports, my younger brother's going to be in college sports, so I think it kind of was expected of me to play in college, if I wanted to do that. So I had a lot of expectations from me that I'm really grateful for my family, my coaches, and it really helped push me to get here.
And what's something besides volleyball that has made you the Elizabeth Ziegler that we see today?
Definitely my family, my mom and dad pushed me hard. They've gave up a lot for me to play at good clubs, or they travel every weekend. They would travel with me and to tournaments, and they've really just expected a lot out of me, which I'm just so grateful for, and they've pushed me to get here today. Also my coaches expect a lot from me also, and I always know I can count on them to tell me what I need to be doing or what I can be doing better, so I'm really grateful for everyone who's pushed me to be here.
All right, thank you very much for meeting with us today. With this week's Athlete of the Week, Elizabeth Ziegler, I'm Levi Meyerhofer. This is Hoff signing off. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Levi. Go vote for next week's Athlete of the Week on Twitter. WIU football has dropped to 2-4 this season, but there's been one bright spot on the defensive end. Senior linebacker Noah Epley finished the game with 9 tackles, a season high for him. Leatherneck insider Kobe Blockman has more with the story.
WIU football has a record of 2-4 throughout the season. I got a chance to speak with senior linebacker Noah Epley, who had a season high of 9 tackles last game against UT Martin.
You take good things and bad things from every game. So it's nice to play well, but at the end of the day, if we don't win, it doesn't really matter to me, I guess. As a defense, we're just kind of focusing on tackling, so that's kind of a big emphasis for us. After that game going for the rest of the year, we just have to be better at that and just run to the football off the bat.
Epley also reflects on some bright spots the defense has throughout the season.
I think against Charleston Southern was probably our best game so far this year. What was different between that game and some of the other games is just the effort that the defense was playing with. All great defenses, everyone just runs the ball. They say it should be 11 men on the field, and then everyone should be doing a extra half man's job. So it should feel like there's 16 guys on the field. So that's kind of what we took away from that game, and we're just trying to continue to play like that the rest of the year.
FC also liked how the coaches have developed him as a football player and also a person outside the field.
The coaches have been huge ever since I've gotten to college. Different things, different techniques that they teach you. A lot of it is off the field, just how to be a man and go about life and how you operate. But football-wise, a big thing that's helped me is the way that we coach tackling. You want to aim small, so then you miss small is what they say. So as a linebacker, I feel like that's a good football coaching point that they've left with me.
I'm Kobe Blackmon, reporter from Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Kobe. The Leathernecks take on Tennessee Tech today at 3 p.m. at Hanson Field. Good luck, Necks.
The WIU men's basketball team got their preseason OVC rankings earlier this week. WIU landed in the number 2 spot in the conference. The Leathernecks finished last season with a 21-12 record. Only 3 players from that team are returning this season, with the rest being newcomers to the program. Along with the rankings, the OVC also gave out their preseason players to watch, which included 2 Leathernecks, one in newcomer Sean Smith and second-year Leatherneck Ryan Myers. WIU looks to show out in their second season in the OVC. We can't wait to see you at Western Hall. Stick around. Coming up, we stay on the court and slide it over to the pitch.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. Continuing on the court, the WIU women's basketball got their placement in the OVC preseason ranking, falling in the pack's middle at 6th. The Leathernecks finished 18-12 last season and have 9 players returning this season, with 3 of them being starters. Along with this, J.D. Gravina also brought in 5 newcomers who will add some great depth to the lineup. Addie Brownfield and Reagan McCowan closed out the preseason recognition for the Leathernecks, both being named to OVC preseason players to watch. McCowan, one of the most exciting returning players, will have to up her performance after being named OVC Freshman of the Year, along with also being named to the first-team OVC All-Conference team, an All-Ohio Valley newcomer team in her first season with the purple and gold. The women's basketball team has their first game against McKendree in an exhibition match on October 24th.
The WIU volleyball team had a huge accomplishment last week after beating EIU in both games. Leatherneck Insider reporter Ben Polanca with more.
On Wednesday, the men's soccer team defeated the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles 2-0 at John McKenzie Alumni Field. The Leathernecks have been dominant at home, increasing their record to 5-0 and haven't allowed a single goal. Leatherneck starting goalkeeper Micah Ramirez on the team's performance.
Man, it feels great. Obviously, it means something special whenever we get to win at home because it's our home turf. So it means a little more to protect it, especially when we haven't let in any goals this year. I think really it has been communication and just getting comfortable with the guys around me. The back line is a big piece of it. We got a lot of young guys on the team, so it took a little bit of time. I think the games before the conference play were really important and gaining confidence with talking to each other. I think communication between the 5 of us in that back line has been super huge and not allowing very many opportunities for the other teams.
Before games, Ramirez has a pregame routine of playing his own music for him and his teammates.
Yeah, I definitely do. Sometimes when we got a speaker in the locker room, sometimes we'll play some stuff. Definitely got a whole mix of type of vibes in my catalog.
For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Caleb Flores.
Thanks, Ben. The Leathernecks are back in action today at Southern Indiana at 2 p.m. Some Leathernecks have also ranked high in conference and national stats. The Leathernecks lead the entire country in digs per set with 18.78. Kiana Cruz ranks 4th in the country in total points with 360. And in the OVC, Maggie Craker is 2nd in the OVC in assists per set with 10. Carly Wenzel is 4th in the OVC in digs per set with just under 5.
On the pitch, last Thursday, the Leathernecks defeated Liberty for the school's first ever OVC victory. The stars of the game included Liam Gainey with the goal to win the shutout and Micah Ramirez with 5 saves. The final score was 1-0. Last Sunday, the men's soccer team dropped an away match to the Lindenwood Lions 1-0. Micah Ramirez had a total of 3 saves on the day to continue his impressive season.
The WIU women's soccer team fell to 1-11-1 on the season after a 4-0 loss at Eastern Illinois on Sunday. 2 goals apiece from Alex Tetta and Abby Raynol would help seal the deal for the Panthers, who moved to 4-6-5. Despite the loss, freshman goalkeeper Ariel Bernard would still shine, saving 6 shots, increasing her season total to 88. The Leathernecks will be back in action tomorrow at home against UT Martin at 3 p.m.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have tennis and golf coming up next.
Not W?
It's not W, it's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. It's saying W because I know it's something you're going to say right. Yeah, we've been there.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on? They haven't said anything. All right, we're ready to go, we can start.
Hello everyone, I am Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
Welcome back inside of Salete Hall. The fall season for women's tennis has ended, but Leatherneck Insider reporter Nathaniel Rogers was able to ask doubles partners Mana Fawcett and Paige Grice some questions about the upcoming spring season.
The WIU women's tennis fall season recently came to an end, but I was able to catch up with the freshman and senior doubles partners Mana Fawcett and Paige Grice. My first question for the duo was how has Paige been mentoring Mana, and what has Mana taken in?
Well, we just try to go out and play as much tennis as we can and have some fun. I love playing extra, and I always encourage that. Like, if anyone else ever wants to play, I always say yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I wasn't really part of a team before, so Paige is a good example of being a team leader.
Thank you.
I then asked how their chemistry has been through the season.
I think it's really good so far. It's been a lot of fun playing doubles with you. I think the energy's great. I think your presence on court is very it's very calming and positive, and it's very good for me. So,
yeah, for you too. Paige is very positive and fun on the court.
I then asked what they feel they need to improve upon while getting ready for the spring season.
I think for me, it just kind of trusting myself and going for the ball a lot more, especially at the net and doubles, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Just going for more and trusting it, and just trying to have a stretch where I'm healthy and practicing consistently.
Yeah, practice lots of maybe different formations and get used to moving around on the court.
Mm.
My last question was what their goals are for the spring season.
A lot of winning.
Yeah.
That's always the goal. Win and have fun.
Win and have fun. Yeah, support each other.
Yeah.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Nathaniel Rogers.
Thank you, Nathaniel. The WIU women's tennis team will begin their spring season on January 25th at IUND.
The WIU men's golf team just wrapped up their final tournament of the 2024 fall schedule, where they finished 7th with a team score of 31 over par at the Turtle Point Invitational in Killen, Alabama. The Leathernecks were led by Baptiste Lebery, who finished tied 30th at 4 over par. Nathan Tillman helped his finish with a even par in his final round to get to tied 35th at 6 over par. And Mateo Razcon had the best singular round for a Leatherneck in his second round, where he shot 1 under par. His final number was 8 over to finish tied 41st. The Leathernecks will play back up in the spring for OVC play.
The WIU women's golf team is getting ready to finish out their fall season with only one meet left. The Leathernecks have multiple top 10 finishers this season and have been led by fifth-year golfer Olivia Kerr. Leatherneck Insider reporter Luke Little with more.
I got a chance to talk with fifth-year golfer Olivia Kerr. Kerr has 3 top 15 finishes, one being top 10, and another being a 4th-place finish last week. I asked Kerr about what the biggest difference from last season to this year has been so far.
I think over the summer I really grinded, kept competitive. I played a few tournaments over the summer, practiced a lot. I stayed in Macomb, chose to, so I could practice for my last season, yeah. I usually do something, I don't know, sometimes go home, sometimes go traveling, but yeah, decided to stay.
Kerr shared what she thought was the best part of her game so far this season and what she wants to improve on.
I think my putting has definitely been my best part. It's definitely made me pick up some shots around the greens and stuff like that, yeah. Just getting the ball closer to the hole, making more birdies, just picking up some shots, yeah.
Kerr mentioned how she and the rest of the team's multiple years of collegiate golf experience has helped them throughout the season so far.
I think having an older team this year has been good. We definitely know the fall season. A lot of us have played the courses many times, so it's easy for practice rounds, knowing where to play, how to play it, and just we're a tight team, so we know each other and we know how we travel together.
Lastly, Kerr talked about what her favorite part of being on the team is.
Just traveling. Traveling's fun. You know, us girls in the van, we have great conversations, everything like that, yeah.
Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Luke Little.
Thank you, Luke. The WIU women's golf team will be back in action on October 28th through 29th at the Judson in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll bring you some Macomb High sports. And the man, the myth, the legend, Kobe Blackman returns once again for another edition of Kobe's Corner.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. The Macomb High Bombers were back in action last Friday night under the lights as they went and traveled to play the Elmwood Brimfield Trojans. After a disappointing overtime loss to Farmington in the previous week, the 5-1 Bombers wanted to get back into the win column. Standing in their way was another 5-1 team in the Trojans, and let's just say this was another good game. Despite being down early in the second, the Bombers would go for 15 unanswered points in the third quarter. However, the Trojans would be the ones to hold home field and take the game, giving the Bombers their second loss of the season, 31-28. The Bombers' next game is at home against Savannah next Friday at 7.
Macomb High Volleyball's 21-game win streak is over as the Lady Bombers dropped 2 sets to Quincy Notre Dame. Last week, the final scores being 25-21 and 25-16. The Lady Bombers would go back to Quincy the following weekend to the Quincy High Invite, where they went 4-1 on the day. The following Monday, Macomb would take the Camp Point Central to a 3-set match before ultimately winning, putting them at a 26-2 on the season, and first place in the Prairie Land Southern Conference.
It's once again now time for Kobe's Corner. What do you have for us, Kobe?
Welcome to the 6th segment of Kobe's Corner for the fall semester. Feels good to be back with Aiden for the second week in a row.
Thanks for having me, Kobe.
And Aiden, let's jump right into it. Down goes number 3 ranked Ohio State. What do you think the season looks like for them?
Yeah, so the Buckeyes dropped their last game to the Ducks, and the rest of their schedule, they're entering like the meat of their conference. They play the Huskers, the Cornhuskers coming up. That's a sneaky good team. And they're also going to play Penn State and Michigan at the end of the season. I see the Buckeyes dropping at least one more game.
Yeah, Ohio State has 3 ranked opponents in the next 6 games. I think they drop a couple more as well. But we got to talk about this guy, Ashton Jeanty, running back for Boise State. Is he on track to win the Heisman?
Yeah, so we haven't seen dominance from a running back like this in a really long time. Jeanty is on a historical run. I could possibly see him getting the Heisman. Right now, I still have Travis Hunter from Colorado getting that spot, but it's still a long season, Kobe.
Yeah, Jeanty, 126 carries, over 1,000 yards already. The next running back behind him is at 900 yards, so I think he will win the Heisman this year. All right, now let's jump into this week's college football picks. Starting off, we got the Big Ten matchup, Michigan versus the Fighting Illini. Who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going to take the upset. I have the Illini winning that game. I know you're a Michigan fan, but I think the Fighting Illini might get this one.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take the Fighting Illini by 2 on this one. I think it may go into overtime again, but we'll see. We got number 5 Georgia versus number 1 Texas. I think this is a good one. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm also going to take the upset on this one. I have Georgia, stunning the Longhorns in this one.
Yeah, Georgia's giving up a lot of points on that defensive side, but I'm going to take Georgia as well on this one, so give me the upset. And number 15, Boise State versus UNLV.
Yeah, Boise State. We talked about Genty already. He's going to be on a tear for that game. Boise State.
Yeah, I think Genty might probably go for 500 yards maybe. But we can't leave without talking about Caleb Williams. The Bears are now 4-2. What do you think for the Bears? Are they a playoff team?
As a Bears fan, we haven't seen this success in a long time, early in the season. I want to say they're a playoff team, but, the NFC North is the best division in the NFL. It's going to be a dogfight, and, I hope that the Bears win. It's a good chance that they won't. Though.
Yeah, I think the Bears will make the playoffs. I think they got to beat teams in their division to get there, but, I think they'll get there. But some couple trades that happened this week, Amari Cooper and Devontae Adams traded, one to the Bills and one to the Jets. Which trade do you like better?
Yeah, so I'll start off with the Jets, getting Devontae back with Aaron Rodgers. That's good. Hopefully they can save that, the Jets, and maybe they can go to the playoffs. But I really like the Amari Cooper to the Bills. Josh Allen finally gets his, wide receiver 1, and that's just going to complete that receiving room. They got Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. That's going to be a sneaky good, receiving core.
Yeah, I like Amari Cooper to the Bills a lot. I think Josh Allen needed that number 1, although they was doing pretty good without one, but I think that really, enhanced the team even more. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this segment. Always remember that every sports story has a different corner. Have a great weekend, Macomb.
Yeah, Ashton Genty putting up video game numbers this year. Never really seen anything like it.
It's quite impressive what he can do. He can just slip right through every defense we've seen. But, well, that's all we have for this episode of Leatherneck Insider. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Insider WIU. I'm Jonathan Kirchner.
And I'm Caleb Mays. See you next time, WIU.